Welcome into Chatterbox Bearcats as we recap the Cincinnati football season. Scott Satterfield and the Cincinnati Bearcats lose 35-13 to Navy. That's 5 straight losses to end the season for our boy Scotty Satterfield. Not looking too hot. This is what we fought for all year long, to get to the AutoZone Liberty Bowl in dog shit weather, fumble the ball a bunch of times, embarrass ourselves on ESPN yet again. John Cunningham's probably writing an email right now about how successful this season was. He's going to send it to all the season ticket holders. Really embarrassing. So many guys opted out of this game. It was really a joke. We never were really in it. I have two good things that came from this game, and there's only two good things. It was Cyrus Allen tied the single-season touchdown record with 13. And Lichtenberg got to get a start after sticking around for 5 years at Cincinnati. He didn't look spectacular at all, but at least he got to start, finish his career the right way, especially in the NIL transfer era. We have Chuck. I do not know where he is. He's in the pitch black. I think he's in a RAV4, if I had to guess. Chuck, how we doing? And I'm sure you really tuned into that game and loved what you saw.
I was there. Why do you think my hood's up and everything? I was at the AutoZone Liberty Bowl. But no, in all honesty, I was not there. I watched about 3 drives. Actually, when I watched, the Cats were kind of humming a bit. They tied it up 7-7. Samaje was moving it, walked the dogs, and then just completely forgot it was on. That's the type of performance that it was, and just bowl season in a nutshell if you're not in the playoffs. But, dude, I can't think of anywhere I would have rather been than in that stadium. I mean, if you went to that game and you're not friends or family of someone in the program, you're an absolute sicko. That looked awful. Miserable, man.
It really did. I felt bad for Lichtenberg coming out there. Like the first 3 possessions, nobody could even catch the football, let alone throw the football. It was just throwing ducks around. People were slipping. It was just a disaster. Like, I've already thought about this. I want them to get rid of every bowl game besides the Pop-Tart Bowl. Because maybe you just do a spin-off of the Pop-Tart Bowl. You have like the cinnamon brown sugar Pop-Tart Bowl, the wild berry Pop-Tart Bowl, things like that. Just plays on the Pop-Tart Bowl because they do a great job. Big toaster, sprinkles on the field. I love it. Other than that, man, these games suck. We had, 30 guys sit out? We had guys sitting out that are out of eligibility, and I would be shocked if they were drafted in the NFL. Like, that's how big of a joke.
How about Logan Wilson, dude? Logan Wilson, they said the 7th-year senior decided to sit out. And I'm like, you played in college for 7 years and you're sitting out of the Liberty Bowl. What are you doing?
For what? And, there was a good story with, like, Joe Royer playing. If he played more than one series, I missed it. If he did, it was, a Tony Snell type of performance, 0 catches yet again. There wasn't a whole lot to even talk about. I mean, we threw for 97 yards. Navy is not a good, as far as passing defense. They're not great at all. We couldn't figure anything out. And a lot of it had to do with the field. We saw Manny Covey have he had a 36-yard run, 11 carries for 78 yards. But we got straight up bullied by Navy. I mean, best run team in college football. They showed it. They had 240 yards on the ground. We had 142. Not too bad. I think one thing you did learn is that we're going to, as most people have thought and speculated, we're going to be hunting in the portal for a quarterback. Samaj Jones was 2 of 5 in the air. Seems like just a run-first guy. Had 15 carries. I don't think he's the answer. We're going to be hitting the portal hard for a quarterback. And Tyson Veit, man, that defense sucks. I know he was playing like walk-ons today. It was really just trying to learn who these kids even were. I'm like, who the hell is that guy? They were getting torched by a team that doesn't really throw the ball much. I mean, Blake Horvath, Hilliard guy, good quarterback, threw for 2 touchdowns on us. They were playing against, a JV-level defensive backfield. But Tyson Veit, I've heard rumors of him going to Penn State possibly, like a Matt Campbell connection. That would be good, awesome for us. Yeah. We would love that.
I just feel like we're kind of screwed, man. We're in that position where we all know what's going to happen. You talked about it in a basketball show, and they just bleed into each other. Like, this is the Titanic. We've already hit the iceberg. We're all going to die. The life rafts, the women and children are on the life rafts. We're just freezing our asses off in the Pacific, the Atlantic. I don't even know where we are, but we're freezing our asses off. And we all know how this is going to end. Like, Satterfield's not going to turn this thing around. This is the perfect time to clean house. Lily's going to come in about how the program has so much continuity. It's like, no, there's no continuity. We had the continuity thing this year, and we lost 6 straight to end the season. And we did the same thing in basketball last year and the year before and the year after. I mean, it's just putrid. It's a tough time to be a fan of this program. I'm trying to sit here and say something positive, but I mean, look at me. I'm a damn fool for agreeing to do this on a Friday night. You're a damn fool for agreeing to do this on a Friday night. I'm never going to call out the listeners or viewers. You're great people for tuning into us. We appreciate it. But we're all sick. We're sick, Houdini. I mean, what has happened?
You deserve compensation if you watch that whole game. You really do. Like, it was one of the worst football games I've watched in a long time. And what was really great, because I don't think you were tuning into this full thing, Chuck, you know how we've had a lot of blunders to end halves? Scott Satterfield masterclass again in a bowl game. Like, that means nothing, but like, what are we doing? There was literally, first off, we just got torched. I think it was like, who the hell was it? Patrick Williams, a freshman defensive back, just got absolutely torched. Whatever. They scored a touchdown with 40 seconds left. We get the ball back. There's 2 seconds left. Manny Covey socks one of the defensive linemen or linebackers, just right in the back, open hand slap to the back of the head, 15-yard penalty. He has a timeout to use. So whenever there's a penalty, it's going to, take off 10 seconds. Scott Satterfield had timeouts. He wanted to take all 3 into half for some reason. Smart move by Scotty. And instead of enforcing the penalty during that half, which meant nothing, he decided not to take the timeout to enforce it in the second half. So we were kicking the ball 15 yards further down the field for no reason. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, this is basic shit that any idiot watching the game is like, why would you do that? So, hey, just a cherry on top of a season that really is tough. And we haven't won a game. I mean, his November record, what is he, 0-10 now? We finished 4 straight losses last year, 5 straight this year. That's really hard to do for, granted, this season at least, we were playing easily our harder half of the schedule in the back half, but we don't win games at home. It's really hard to imagine a scenario in which Scott Satterfield figures something out next year. I know we're looking at the portal with Ohio State's backup quarterback. Nobody knows if he's any good. I know he was a highly rated recruit, might be solid, but look, Brendan Sorsby is currently rated as the #1 portal player. They're talking $5 million to get him. And we won 7 games. So what could you possibly think can happen in the portal to make this team better than they were this year? And we went 7-6.
No, and we're going to have to do this whole song and dance tomorrow. Wes Miller's 0-9 against Houston. We're doing post together, right? You're in?
I mean, are you in, Chuck? I was about to add you to the opt-outs of all these guys. It was Dante Corleone, Golday, Sorsby, and Chuck Walter. But yeah, we should be doing it.
I'll do the big games, Houdini.
Okay.
I'll do the big games. I'm out for the Lipscombs of the world. I would consider Navy in the Liberty Bowl a big game. Actually, I had my producer from CBS in San Francisco text me, and he said, let's pull up the exact text here. He said, good game, Bearcats. Thank you for your service. And I'm just like, God, we got dudes that don't know anything about our football program making fun of me as we just get blitzed on the national stage by Navy. I guess a lone positive, Houdini, is you didn't take the Cats in this game, right? That's a rare W for you. You stayed away from the -7.
I did. It's funny. My dad texted me. He goes, wait a minute. Is Sorsby not playing? It was 10 minutes into the game. He goes, oh, my God. I didn't know Sorsby wasn't playing. I thought 7.5 was a lock. Sorry, Tim. You took the L on that one. No, I did not bet this game. You're insane if you do. I mean, I was listening to the midweek show. Lily and Niehaus, Lily's talking about, the defensive line small, like our offensive line's the best position group on the field. Our offensive line, we brought all these guys back. They were getting torched in the trenches. I mean, their D-line was all over us. We had no time. Poor Lichtenberg and Samaj Jones just, finally get on the field, just slop football. Nobody's catching the ball. Noah Jennings dropped a couple of them. It was fumble city. I mean, there was probably 4 fumbles in a row, like in succession. It was almost so stupid that it started becoming fun. I'm like, oh, this is kind of interesting. We had a guy get ejected in the AutoZone Liberty Bowl. Like, it just sucks, though, because I feel like these chances on ESPN, though, are chances for the program to show themselves in a good light. Like, if you're a young kid, that kind of sticks in your mind. Hey, they just dominated on ESPN. I know it's kind of a meaningless game, but to, embarrass yourself, I think that's a negative for the program. Like what did AutoZone gave us what? Some mufflers? That's it? That's all we got to go to this game? Like, just opt out next year. Like, we don't want to play in this dumbass game.
And think about it, dude. This bowl game has history in our hearts. I met you at the Liberty Bowl down on Beale Street in 2012 or whatever it was with Butch Jones. I mean, I had known of your existence prior due to like MySpace and stuff, but
fuzzy MySpace.
That's when we met each other. Was at the Liberty Bowl when we took down Vanderbilt. We met the Eli Manning lookalike. And I mean, for God's sakes, dude, to have this type of performance and to see the cutaways of like the band just getting drilled with rain. It's probably like 38 degrees. They got their hoods up like I look right now. They're playing the tuba and they can't get the notes right because their fingers are slipping on the chords and everything. It was just overall the perfect ending to what was such a sad season. I mean, at least last year we thought we were going to suck throughout, aside from, going up like 28 on Mulestein or Eli Holstein, and then blowing that one. This year, like, we had game day, dude. We were on game day getting featured, and here I am hearing my voice on that game day talking about how shitty Scott Satterfield is, and I thought I was an asshole at the time. I'm ahead of the curve. I've always been ahead of the curve, Houdini. Unfortunately, John Cunningham is not. So we're going to do this again next year.
Yep, we certainly are. And this is probably Houday Bruce 64 said in the chat. Navy had the advantage with no opt-outs. It probably is just as simple if we're looking at this game that Navy cares about this game. They're not a portal school. Guys stick around. They wanted to win. I still thought, though, at least offensively, we'd put up some points against this team. We had a lot of our guys still in there. Cyrus Allen, for example. Joe Royer was playing. Zion Johnson, Manny Covey, like guys that are good, I think better than Navy. Clearly not. So yeah, it is what it is. It's kind of a perfect microcosm of this season of the Scott Satterfield tenure. Does it really matter? No. But if I'm Scott Satterfield, I really want to win the game, because when you look back at Wikipedia, when we're doing the show 5 years from now, we're taking this as a loss, 7-6. It doesn't look good. 8-5 looks way better. 8-5 just looks aesthetically way better. So you want to win the game. Again, 35-13. Bearcats get steamrolled in the AutoZone Liberty Bowl, a game that we will remember forever, and at least dozens of people that were there. I think it was in Memphis. Really kind of a sad showing, man. But that's going to do it for me, Chuck. Do you have anything else? I know we got Houston tomorrow, 11.5-point dogs. Wes Miller is 0-9 versus the Houston Cougars. But this Houston team might be the weakest Houston team that we've played, truly, in the last 5 years or so. I'm going to say that right now. So maybe a glimmer of hope for Wes Miller and the Bearcats. I doubt it, but maybe.
I mean, God, we need it. But I will say this. It seems like this bowl game felt like all the other bowl games where things started to unravel, like San Diego State and Hawaii, where we just got trounced, and North Carolina and maybe the Belk Bowl, where we just got destroyed. And it feels like when the wheels are coming off, you kind of see it in Bearcats postseason. And this is one of those, like, the wheels are falling off moments. However, it's going to be a completely new team next year. We're both under the assumption that Scott Satterfield's not going anywhere. So prove us wrong, Scott. Prove us wrong into November and then lose every game, I guess. I don't know. That's all I got.
Well, after John Cunningham's email, I think it's very, very safe to say
touting cross country. Yeah. Thanks for sending a non-alumnus reports on the cross country team as if I'm supposed to be fired up. Thanks, John.
That's just pretty tone deaf, man. Like, I don't even send the email. Like, listen, I know he's trying to do his job, but like, come on, man. Don't tout like, hey, the momentum is there. You know, we build this through adversity. Momentum is coming back to the Bearcats. It's like, dude, the two main sports have been dog shit. They've been terrible. Wes Miller's getting booed when they're announcing the team. Like, that's not a good spot to be in. We just lost to Navy by 25 in a damn AutoZone Liberty Bowl. Things aren't good, man. Things are bad. How about if he just said, listen, things are bad, all caps. He goes, this is a absolute abomination. I apologize to the university, to the fans that pay money to watch this shit. I apologize. It's been a pile of dog shit, and we're going to do stuff. We're going to keep working to get it better. Maybe I'd respect that, but an email like that talking about the cross-country team, and I know he's got Bishel, at least he could say something about an NCAA tournament, but I thought that was ridiculous. I think you might have blocked him on email, which, to each their own. But yeah, no, that'll do it from us, Chatterbox Bearcats. That's the end.
Straight to spam.
Yeah, it's an end of the football season. Obviously, portal season open today. So I'm sure we're going to see movement pretty quickly. If you remember last year, Sorsby was pretty much locked onto the team within a week, I think, of the portal opening. So hopefully we get a quarterback in here first, and then we can kind of figure some stuff out. But yeah, things are looking bleak. That'll do it. Chuck Walter, Houdini, Chatterbox Bearcats. Like and subscribe. Try to stick with us through the dog days of this thing, man, because I'm hoping it can't get worse. It's going to only get better, and try to stick through it with us. And we'll be reporting on all these games, unfortunately. So that'll do it. Peace. Thanks for tuning in.